Good morning, 7th grade. I'm here today with this video to help those of you that did not do your wave speed calculations assignment from last week. I'm going to go through the example that I posted, and I'll do one more example with you, and then I expect that those of you that didn't do it to please go through and finish that assignment. So first, to calculate wave speed, we have to know the formula. And if you read through the notes on the doc that I gave you, you can see the formula highlighted in yellow right here. Velocity equals frequency times wavelength. So when I'm doing my workout, I'm going to write that first. Velocity equals frequency times wavelength. Then, if you scroll down to my practice problems, I shared with you an example done in red. So if we're given the frequency of 70 and a wavelength of 40, we need to calculate the speed. So in my example over here, I'm just going to replace those figures for the variables in the equation. So again, the frequency given was 70. I'm going to replace the f with 70. And the wavelength given was 40. We didn't get a figure for speed because that's what we're solving for. So to solve this now, we need to multiply 70 by 40. And when we do that, we get 2,800. And the unit for this, because the frequency was given in hertz, which is like waves per second, and the wavelength was given in meters, the speed's going to be meters per second. Okay, so that was the example that I gave. I'll do one more with you, because this one gets set up a little bit differently. So if the frequency is 10 and the speed is 100, we need to solve for the wavelength. So again, I'm going to use that same formula. V equals frequency times wavelength. This time I know the speed, it's 100 meters per second, and this time I know the frequency, but I do not know the wavelength. So to solve this one, I need to undo this multiplication with its inverse. Divide by 10. These cancel out. Whatever I do to one side of my equation, I have to do to the other. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 1 times the wavelength will just be the wavelength. And 100 divided by 10 is 10. And for wavelength, think length, meters. So the answer would be 10 meters. Use this formula, plug in what you're given, solve for the unknown. Email me if you need more help.